from time to time I get these questions, so I think it's good for me to answer them. And so today's question, and y'all let me know in the comments if you like these questions, and as they come in, I can read off more to you guys and kind of give you my take on it. And if you don't like it, let me know in the comments too. That's fine. Or if you want to give your advice, y'all just let me know. But today's question is, and let me make sure that I read this. What do I do if I have a man who's a good guy, but he does the wrong things? All right. He's a good guy, but he does the wrong things. And I guess my first question would be, well, what exactly does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Him being a good guy, does that mean like he smiles a whole lot? Is he nice? Is he good to you? But he does the wrong thing, like he gets drunk and gets into fights? Does he do the wrong thing, like when you're together, it's all fine and dandy, and he treats you like a queen when you're together, but then he disappears for half of the week? Listen, I have coached women who would have a quote unquote man, and he would disappear for part of the week and then come back. So maybe he's there Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and disappears the whole weekend, and then comes back on Monday or comes back on Tuesday. And he always seems like he disappears on the weekend. And I'm sorry, that's not your man. That's just, it ain't your man. It ain't your man. Because listen, I'm a married man, and I love to be around my wife. All right. I can't get enough of her. Even, get this, even when I get annoyed with my wife. And when I get annoyed, like, okay, maybe she's having a bad day and I'm having a bad day. Those things happen in a marriage. You have a bad day, someone else has a bad day. Even when I get annoyed, and I try to like snap myself out of that too, because that's another trick of the enemy. The enemy is trying to break up households. The enemy is trying to break up households and will use offense to make you want to turn around and throw in a towel and not be married no more, and not want to be with your person anymore, and not want to try and date. Listen, the enemy is a liar. The enemy is like, you are meant to have a man, you are meant to date. When I say have a man, you are meant to be married. You are meant to be married. You are meant to find a good man. Okay? But if he's disappearing part of the week, that ain't your man. I don't know how else to tell you that. Just, he ain't your man. I'm gonna have to put an edit in that, and you could with like a bouncing ball. He ain't your man. I'm not even that fancy, but maybe I can figure out how to do that. He ain't your man. Because even when I get annoyed with my wife, all right, I still want to be up underneath her, all around her, because that's my person, right? That's my best friend. That's like, you can't, do you ever fight with your best friend? You ever got into an argument with your best friend? And think about all your best friends from grammar school, through middle school, through high school. You ever fought your best friend? Listen, one of my best friends, we only fought one time in our lives. One time in our lives. One time. We got into many disagreements. We didn't always see eye to eye, but you compromise and you figure out a way to get through things when you truly want to be around somebody, when you truly are friends with someone, when you value friendship, you figure it out. But one time, and I can remember very vividly, in 7th grade. In 7th grade, we fought. In 7th grade, when I say fought, we didn't really fight. I wasn't fighting nobody like that, unless I really had to, but we wasn't really fighting like that. Our science teacher, Mr. Johnston, I think. Mr. Johnston, I don't know if you are ever going to see this video, but I apologize for that day. I was one of your good students, and I really apologize for that day, because I know I threw you for a loop, and I got sent to the office. Me and my boy got sent to the office. He leaves out of the classroom, I think, to address another student or something like that. I think he may have pulled him out of the classroom. He's addressing another student. And so I decide with me and my intelligence, right? Really my dumbness. I get up on the desk and I go, you know, and I'm literally standing on my desk, dancing on the desk. All right. And I'm not that kind of person, but for some reason, something came over me that day, and I thought it'd be great to stand on the desk because the teacher couldn't see me stand on the desk. I stand on the desk, and my boy comes over to my desk and starts shaking the desk, shaking the desk. I think I'm going to fall, so I don't want to fall and draw attention to Mr. Johnston outside, and I'm going to get in trouble, and I'm not trying to get in trouble. And my mom is actually a security guard in the school, so I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble by him, the principal, and my mom, and I'm not getting whooped up for nobody, all right? Yeah, I said whooped up. I'm not getting whooped up for nobody. So I jump off the desk, I get mad, and I push him. And he said, what, you going to push me? He pushed me back. So in the scuffle, we start moving some desks, some furniture starts moving. And Mr. Johnson comes back in the class and he just sees us, you know, pushing each other, and the desk slid over to the side, and he sends both of us to the principal's office. All right, that's the only time I could remember us really kind of fighting, right? And we've known each other since kindergarten, all right? And to this day, you know, from when you get old, sometimes when you get older, sometimes, you know, you don't always get to talk to people as much as you would like to. So we still talk. You know, we still talk, we're still cordial, we're still cool to this day, you know, from time to time, you know. But that was the only time we ever really fought. Right? So have you ever had a moment like that? You had a moment like that? Moments like that are bound to happen, even with people who you really, really care for, even with people who are close in your circle. That's just life. All right? That's just life. And but right after that, like we apologized, we gave each other dap, and it was cool. I think we probably playing basketball the next day or whatever we were doing, you know, watching Dragon Ball Z, whatever we were doing at that time as kids, you know, like we moved on, right? That should be, in a way, because it's different and it's a deeper connection when you're with your spouse and when you're dating to find your spouse and you find that right person. It's a deeper connection, but there should be a basis of friendship where you can have a disagreement and still be cool and be fine, right? If it's an all drag out argument, then you got something else going on, all right? That's something completely different. I might be getting off topic, but y'all forgive me. Hold on. All right. So there should be a basis of friendship. And if you guys get into an argument, you should be able to reconcile and come back. And it should be relatively quick. You shouldn't be fighting for days on end. And so I've coached people who they get into a fight and a man leaves all weekend, and then it becomes a habit, right? I've also coached other women who, great guy, like takes her out to dinner, buys her purses, whatever she needs, or give her a little bit of money on the side whenever she needs it, whatever she needs. But hey, I gotta go. Is it for work? No. You know, I just gotta take care of my great grand sister's niece's cat's bird. That's a turtle. You're like, wait, what? You gotta do what? And he does that every weekend. Yeah. But I know he really loves his family. Have you ever met his great grand sister's mother's brother's niece's bird? That's a turtle. No, I haven't. That ain't your man. I know I went around the bush and came back, but that ain't your man. That is not your man. So I would ask, like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And understand that even when I was dating, right, I was always nice to everybody who I dated. Always nice to everybody who I dated. But I was so hurt on the inside, all right, from having horrible breakups, from not having the best relationship with my biological mother. You know, I had all these open sores, open wounds, all these open, what do you call them? Voids? Open voids, right? I had these holes in my heart, right? The hearts were over here somewhere. Anyway, I had all these holes in my heart. And with those holes in my heart, I didn't really want to love anybody because I didn't want to get hurt again. So I would hurt people before they hurt me. And so with that, I'll be nice to you for a night. I'll be nice to you for a date or two, but then I'll move it on to the next. And so I will cut off communication. And then when the next time I want to be bothered, then maybe I'll try to hit you up and we'll see how that goes. Excuse me. We'll see how that goes. But I didn't care, even though I was a good guy, right? In this weird box in this someone relating back to this question, in this weird box, like I was nice, kind, cool, but then I had like the switch that went off. I'm like, nah, I ain't dealing with you or anybody else. You ain't gonna hurt me just like everybody else. And that could be what you're going through. A guy who has some good tendencies. Maybe he was even raised the right way. Maybe he was raised the right way, meaning he had some morals. Maybe he went to church from time to time. You know, he knows right from wrong. But there's just something that just ain't quite clicking. Just ain't quite, just ain't quite clicking. Say that 3 times fast. Ain't quite clicking. And so he leaves you high and dry. Right? He has an evil streak from time to time. You could be dealing, I don't know how bad it is. You could be dealing with a split personality. And hey, somebody got a split personality. That's clinical. That's not my field. My advice is say, you need help, and then you run. Yeah, you know, like you want somebody got some polar issues, you know, something like that going on. Let them get the help that they need, and you just stay hands off. But outside of that, you could be just dealing with somebody who they were raised the right way, but currently right now they're just rejecting some of those things for whatever the case may be, and that's nothing that you can do. Now, whether they're nice or not, now I believe that, and I've heard Tony Gaskin say this, I believe that, you know, you should date for the potential. You should date like, okay, this person may not have it all figured out, but together we could really be something. I believe in that. I believe in that. But the potential has to be real potential, not just like there's a glimmer of potential, you know, every now and again. It has to really be someone like they treat you right. They want to be with, they want to be around you frequently. They ain't got nothing funny going on. You know, they have worked on some issues in their heart that they needed to work out, you know, and they really are looking for what you are looking for, which is a lifetime partner, a spouse to get married. You're looking for to do this life with somebody, you know. You look for somebody to put a ring on it. This is my ring, but you look for somebody to put a ring on it. You know what Beyonce said? If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. And that's where you need somebody to be. You know, not just this sometimey, okay, I like you today, I don't like you tomorrow. That's not somebody who I don't even know what you would call it. Deceptively good? They're deceptively a nice person. They're deceptively a fine person. They're deceptively your man and want to be with you. They're deceptively a good guy. Like there's a lie in there. There's a lie in there. They're perpetrating a fraud. They're not fully who they say they are or presenting to you. And, you know, move on to find somebody who's ready. Move on to find somebody who's ready, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it, and that's what dating is for. You know, dating is not to have sex and, you know, to pop open your legs. Dating is for you to figure out whether you're a match, whether you're compatible, whether you can potentially be together and are moving in the same direction. You know, they may not have every piece figured out, may have not dotted every I. You know, you may fall in love with somebody who may not have the right education that you will want them or you prefer them to have. Right? You know, I know people, oh, he better have a master's and he better be a 6-figure. You know what? Like, what if he has all his things in order, but he makes $50,000? You know, similar to what I think the average man makes in America. So the average man makes somewhere around there. What if he has everything that you want, but it's just that? Like, that can be built. Like, you guys can get together and say, hey, you know, why don't we build some kind of business together? You know, You're good with your hands. I'm good at talking. I like running my mouth all the time. So let me be your marketing person. And we're going to put this construction company together. We're going to put this landscaping company together. We're going to put this whatever this handyman or handy team business together, whatever it may be. What if, what he lacks, you have, and together you guys are unstoppable. Let's stop looking at these superficial lists and really get to know who the person is. Because you can have somebody who's 6'6", got the abs of a Greek god, abs of Adonis or whoever, right? Can look like whoever you like him to look like. He could look like Michael B. Jordan, whatever's your standard, whatever you like. He could look like that. And 6 degrees and be building a business and be morally bankrupt. Can be emotionally bankrupt. Can be smacking you around and trying to tie you up in the basement. All right? Trying to tie you up in the basement and telling you can't come out until he says you can come out. You want to deal with that? He passing you the lotion in the basket. That's what you want to deal with? I don't think so. All right. I've been on here way longer than what I thought I was going to be. I only really want to be, I want to be under 10 minutes, but that's good. Just remember that if he's one way today, another day tomorrow, he ain't your man. Think about it.